Hi, it's Ali here, and I'm with Kerry. Hi, Kerry.
Hello.
Hi. So we've decided to come together because Kerry has been in the beauty industry for over 20 years, and her passion is beauty on the outside for the over 40s. And I've been helping women for well over 12 years to feel their best. And my side is beauty from the inside. So we thought we'd come together and answer some questions for you. So, with our experience, we decided that we'd look at maybe two questions each that we're asked rather a lot and just share them with you today. So, the first question for you, Kerry, is as we age, our lips seem to get drier and thinner. What can we do about it?
Okay, there's quite a few different options that we can do for our lips as we get older.
Mhm.
Um, as you say, what tends to happen is we tend to lose the definition around the edge of the lips, and the lips tend to shrink a little bit. And I personally believe that you look more youthful when you've got a fuller, more definition and color in your lips. Not like extreme lipstick color, but just
Mm.
just your natural,
Yeah.
nice, a nice good lip makes you just look a bit younger.
Mhm.
So there's, like I say, there's a couple of different options. So the first option that people can use if they want to get a bit of a bigger lip without going down the route of fillers or the route of
Mhm.
permanent makeup, they have products on the market which are lip plumpers. So it's just like putting a lip gloss on. So you literally just apply it as if you would a lipstick. And within the product, it sounds a bit horrendous, but they have ingredients like chili, and
Really?
yeah, they literally have ingredients in there that just increase the blood flow to the lips. So
Ah.
you apply it, and it makes the blood flow increase, and the lips just swell very slightly. That swelling will last about anything from 2 to 12 hours. Obviously, with all products, everybody's body's different and
Mhm.
reactions are different to things. So it could be perfect for a little night out if you just want to look a little bit more pouty. Okay, so that's good if you want to try and see what your lips look like. Obviously, it's not going to do anything color wise, so you need to
Mhm.
apply a lipstick or a lip pencil. But what is good about these plumping products is that it contains something called hyaluronic acid. And what hyaluronic acid is a product that is 1,000 times more dense in water than what our body produces. So it keeps your lips nice and moisturized as well. A second option is obviously a bit more permanent, and that's down the route of fillers
Mhm.
or permanent makeup. Okay, so with lip fillers, it's an injectable. So the nurse or the doctor will inject, again, it's a hyaluronic acid that's injected into your lips,
Oh.
and your body attracts water
Mhm.
from itself, and it's like a sponge in your lips, and it pulls the water into that hyaluronic acid, and that's how you get that plumping. Um, can't think of the word. A plumping look, a plumped look. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Um, had a memory loss. Um, so fillers can, and what's good about that is that your body will break it down naturally because it's what your body produces.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's not, yeah. So it's not like a silicon or a collagen that we
Mm.
get freaked out with, like Leslie Ash having all those years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Obviously, we're talking to a more mature woman, so they would remember that.
We definitely,
Um,
that wasn't good.
so she had more of a permanent filler, which was made up of a lot of plastics, and her body reacted to it, and obviously caused a problem. But what you need to ask for is a hyaluronic acid filler, and yeah, like I say, it just breaks down over a period of 9 to 12 months,
Oh, wow. I never
and
knew
they're
that at
they're
all.
yeah, so they're really lovely for just, and you don't need to have that hot dog lip look. Like we see a lot of the young girls with massive lips.
Mm.
You don't have to have that. I have filler in my lips, but I literally just have a little bit put in just to give me back the volume that I've lost since I was younger.
Mm.
Then the third option is permanent makeup or lip tattooing. Okay, it sounds quite extreme, but what happens is, like I said earlier, you lose the definition around the edge of your lip as you get older. It tends to go sort of frilly
Mm.
looking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's lovely when you put a lip pencil on and you can see how the definition looks. But that pencil for me lasts, I don't know, 10 minutes, and then before I know it, I've smudged it off.
Mm.
So with tattooing, it's not like a hard line is tattooed on. You tattoo the edge of the lip is tattooed, and then colour is filled into the lip. So again, I've had lip tattooing, but I don't wear a bright lipstick. So I've just had it tattooed in my natural lip, the same color as my natural lip color. So it just gives me my bow and my edge, and it just blends into my natural lips. So it looks like my lips can look fuller without having filler. Ooh.
So I suppose it's like having it enhanced. So it's natural, but it's better than what it was looking like before. So I think this is what you're trying to say.
Totally.
Like we get put off, I feel, because there's so many pouch outs out there, where you're saying that actually there's ways of doing it subtly and naturally to make you feel good, but and it looks different, but it's not hideous.
Totally. It's about naturally enhancing what you've lost. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so in our
totally.
20s and 30s, it's just giving you back what we lose with age. And what is nice is you'll have these treatments done, and then people look at you and go, well, you're looking quite good. And inside you're like, I've had filler and I've had my lips tattooed, but you can't tell. You just see me looking a bit better. So obviously there's the 3 different routes there. There's the temporary couple of hours one, filler, and I haven't said, permanent makeup lasts approximately about 2 years. So it's perfect. You have a 2-yearly little colour boost and you're good again. You haven't really got to worry about your lips, a bit of gloss and off we go.
Perfect. That is wonderful. Thank you.
So Ali, an area that is asked about a lot are habits. A lot of people have certain habits in life that they feel they can't crack. Now, one thing that I have a bad habit, and I eat a lot of cheese. Whenever I go to the fridge, I'm like, cheese, whatever I eat, I put cheese on. I wish I didn't have a habit of eating cheese.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Okay, so habits are really difficult because they are automatic. 40% of the things we do with not really thinking are habits. We might say, well, we're not going to have any chocolate today or cheese, and then next minute we're sitting there and we've got a bar of chocolate, we've got cheese in our hands, because it's just programmed, it's part of us. So it's called a habit loop, and there's 3 parts to a habit loop. There's the trigger, there's the behavior, and there's the reward. So in your case, the trigger is the fridge. You go past the fridge and it triggers the behavior of opening it and then eating the cheese. And that's something that you enjoy eating. So that's a behavior you like to do. And then your reward, it could be the fact that you just love the taste of cheese. The reward could be actually just for those few seconds of opening that fridge and looking in and eating it. It's time to yourself. The reward is the key here. So to change a behavior, you need to ask yourself, what am I actually getting from that habit? So what would you say you actually get from that habit of eating cheese?
I do love the taste of cheese. However, I love the taste of other foods as well. So, but there's something about cheese that, I particularly love the taste of the cheese. I think it's an easy snack for me as well. It's like a grab food. Do you
see it as a treat?
Yes.
Like a reward?
Yes.
As we're talking about rewards. Okay.
Yeah.
To actually change a habit, what we need to do is we need to put a new habit in place that gives you the same reward. So if you see eating cheese as a treat, for instance, then think of a food that's maybe healthier for you, it's not got so much fat and salt in it, that you would still see as a treat, and then maybe put that in front of your cheese. So when you open your fridge, you're going to see something different to start with, and then you'll get into the habit of eating a healthier food. Because another side of this is actually to remove the trigger, but you can't move your fridge out of your kitchen. So in your case, if it was the fact you ate a lot of cake and you walked home from work and there was a cake shop, then I would say have another route. But in your case, we can't move the trigger, so we need to reprogram that reward and that your behavior. So is there a food that you could maybe put next to the fridge or in front of the cheese in the fridge that you enjoy eating?
I like a corn sausage.
As you do.
I could put a packet, actually do, I could put a packet of corn sausages in front of the cheese and just have one of those. Yeah,
Okay.
that would actually work. That would be enough of a treat, I think, to I
Perfect.
think.
Yeah. So the thing is, changing a habit is really simple, but it's not easy. It's a little bit like if you have a rocket that is trying to get through the atmosphere. To start with, the energy it uses to actually get through that atmosphere is enormous. But once they're past that, it's easy. And it's the same with habits. You are going to fail the odd time. You're going to go for that sausage and you're going to go for the cheesy. No, I prefer my cheese. But
What sausage?
exactly. But you just need to persevere, not beat yourself up, and just keep on doing it, because it will become, it's unfamiliar at the moment.
Yeah,
Your cheese eating is familiar to you. It will
yeah,
soon get that actually eating a different food will become easier and more familiar, and you'll just go for that and won't even think about, so fickle, you won't even think
yeah,
about the food of the
yeah.
eating the cheese. um
Yeah, I suppose you have to get your mind in the right, like, for me, I feel like I have to think, right, now I'm going to take action and I'm not going to eat that cheese. My sausages are going to be in front of it,
yes,
random. Um, and then in my head, I'm not thinking I'm missing out on cheese. I'm missing out on cheese. I'm thinking
exactly.
I've got a new plan. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
it's not looking at it as a loss, look at it as a gain. So
Yes.
you're going to gain sausage in your life. Excuse me. But and as I say, it is a habit, and habits do take time to actually change. So there is a rule of thumb that it takes 21 days. I don't quite agree with that, because it depends on how ingrained it is,
Yeah,
whether you're actually changing the reward to something else that's very equal. Some people can change in 7 days, but some people might take 38 days. It really depends on you. But the main thing is
yeah.
to set yourself up to be successful. Make sure you have plenty of the new food in there, make sure you put the cheese right at the back, and don't beat yourself up if you can't do it. So I hope that's going to help.
Yeah, I'll have to stop that cheese on my shredders in the morning and everything. Sausages on my shredders. I'm joking.
I was going to say, I'm really
Thank you
hoping
so
you're
much.
joking there, because we've got much bigger problem.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you, Ali. That was really helpful. And I'm going to go out and buy a massive amount of corn sausages. Oh, brilliant.
Another question that we seem to both get a lot, and I'm really interested in this one, is the difference between a really expensive cream and a cheap cream when it comes to how your skin feels and looks. Is there a difference? Is it worth paying a fortune for cream?
So I'm not a dermatologist by any degree. However, I do get asked about creams a lot. So I have looked at all different types of creams. What I've learned over the years is that as we age and our skin matures, we lose vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E. So there's a product called retinol, which you've probably heard of, like buy these creams with retinol in. It's an
Yeah.
amazing anti-aging product. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's retinol is an important ingredient within a cream, but you also need antioxidants, which are like the preventers of aging.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your vitamin C and your vitamin E.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And again, you see a lot of face creams or body creams with vitamin A, vitamin C, and E written on the can.
Mm-hmm.
So the products that you buy on the shelf that can be quite expensive, they do
Mm-hmm.
contain retinol and the antioxidants. However, they haven't been manufactured at a pharmaceutical level. So although they have these ingredients in there, they're
Mm-hmm.
not lying, they're there, but the skin doesn't absorb them as well as if you buy a prescription cream. So you can buy
Right.
prescription creams from doctors and nurses or a dermatologist. I mean, the lady that I use that I go to for fillers and Botox, she sells a prescription range of creams.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the products that, for me personally, I trust that they're going into my skin and they're doing the job that they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other creams that you buy over the shelf, I feel like they're thick and they sit on the surface of my skin. That's just me personally. I've got quite oily skin.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they're not being absorbed. They're just almost like a barrier. So I tend to personally go for more of a lightweight moisturizer that's quite actually quite cheap. But because it feels quite watery, I feel like it's just giving me the moisture that I need. But like I said to you, I'm a fan of Botox and fillers and things. So if I get a crinkle or a wrinkle, I'm getting an injection into it, you know. But if you didn't want to go down that but if you didn't want to go down that route, I think that you need to be looking at the prescription creams from a dermatologist personally. One thing that I believe is a major must is sunscreen. So as we age, I think when we're younger, I was out in the sun, carrot oil, get me as brown as I can be. But now, as I've got older, I've learned that the sun is an enemy to your skin. So even in makeups, in creams, get an SPF going on. And if you don't have that in your creams, put sunscreen on your face every day.
And I
that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. And I suppose our skin, like the rest of us, we're made up, majority of it is water. So I suppose having anything that's got moisture in it. So I suppose a cheap cream has got water and moisture in it. Like you say, a light one is going to soak in. So really it's what suits the budget and our faces, I suppose you're saying.
Yeah, definitely. Again, I just want to say hyaluronic acid is also a product that they put into face creams. That doesn't get absorbed by the skin. It sits on the surface of the skin. But as I said earlier, because it's got such a high concentrate of water that it can contain, it gives you a look that you're moisturized temporarily on the surface of your skin. So hyaluronic acid is perfect injected in again, but it's temporary on the surface. It's quite interesting.
That is really helpful. Thank you so much, Kerry. Wonderful. Thank you.
Cool. Right, Ali. So another big question that always crops up is, I'm a busy mum and I've got a busy job and I like to keep fit and I like to do lots of things that I feel sometimes a little bit overwhelmed that there's just not enough time in the day to achieve all the things that I want to achieve. And then I feel like I get a little bit frustrated that I haven't crossed everything off my list that needs to be done. What's your advice for like time management maybe?
This is a really interesting one, because if we go back sort of 3 or 4 decades, you know, they were talking about the women in particular of the future are going to have it so easy. You know, we were going to have washing machines, tumble dryers and dishwashers and microwaves, and our lives are just going to be so easy. And it's just so not. It seems to be, I don't know, 10, 15 times more complicated. And of course, at the moment, we've got COVID. So, you know, I really do feel sorry for you mums out there, because you're trying to juggle so much and it is very overwhelming. So a technique that I like to use with my clients is the 4 steps to freedom. So we're looking at eliminating, we're looking at simplifying, we're looking at automating, and we're looking at delegating. So we can ask ourselves 4 simple questions, and it's, does it need to be done? You know, can we simplify it? Can we automate it? And can we delegate it? So I know most people have a to-do list. I like to have a not to-do list. And I know that sounds really crazy, but it's things on there that actually I'm just wasting my time, and I could be doing things that are, you know, will make me happy, more effective, etc., etc. So things like having, you know, not sitting there watching TV all evening, you know, I don't go shopping every day, you know, I just make sure that I do the things that need to be done and be as effective as possible. So if we take it that, you know, what could you eliminate in your life? It's going to be difficult to start with, but if you actually start thinking about it, you can come up with 1, 2, 3 things. I mean, could you think of anything that you could maybe?
Yeah, literally while you were speaking, I was thinking today, I've got lots of things I need to get done today. And I am going to Sainsbury's to do my food shop. And if I was more organised, I could have done that online, done a click and collect, literally whizzed in, picked it up and got it. And now I've got to spend, I don't know, 45 minutes walking around a shop, picking up my items that I don't need to be wasting that time. But again, it comes back to my habits. I think I'm a bit of a creature of habit. I actually
and
like going around a supermarket.
You've just jumped from the list of, you know, what we can delete to one of the other things that we're looking at, and that's what can be automated. So you're right,
Yeah,
shopping
totally.
can be automated. Are there people out there that are still paying a monthly or quarterly bill and actually going somewhere to pay it when they could set up a direct debit?
Yeah.
And when it comes to simplifying things, you know, there are people that just, we're rushing around so busy and we don't think about it, that we're always running out of bits and pieces of food or things for the children or things that we need, and then we pop into the shops on a daily basis. Okay, not so much with COVID at the moment, but we were. And
Yeah.
can we make it more simple? Can we actually make our shop once a week and we do it online, and that gives us more time?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, totally.
I've done like a sort of a cheat sheet that I will share with you so you can share with your followers. And I'll put it at the bottom of mine as well, so my followers can actually download it. And it will literally give you some ideas of what you can,
Yeah.
eliminate from your life, simplify, automate, and delegate. And when it comes to having children, you've got the perfect little helpers. Now, I know that most mums and dads think, oh, but they're children and, they should be having fun. But to be truthful, I think children want more than anything else in this world time with their parents, for their parents to be present with them and actually spend time with them. So
Yeah.
actually, if
And
you
I,
get, sorry,
and I think getting back to the children one, me personally, I feel like I just do it because it's quicker to do it rather than getting them to do it. Do you know what
yes,
I mean? But again, I'm putting more on myself.
yes,
Whereas this week, my 9-year-old had
mm,
school, not this week, last week, had homework where he had to make a savoury dish. So
mhm.
he learned to cook eggy bread.
Oh, bless him.
Okay, and he did it great.
Yeah,
And now every day he's cooking eggy bread. But
mm,
it took time to teach him initially.
yeah,
But now it's something that just happens. So it's
perfect.
almost like you have to put in the effort, yeah, to get the reward.
Yeah,
Does that make
yeah,
sense? Yeah.
totally. And in a way, this delegation thing is good on two levels. Number one, it gives you free time to be able to spend quality time with your family, but it's also, helping your child to become a sufficient, well-rounded adult, because that's what parenting is to get them ready for adulthood. So it's a
Yeah.
double win. And also, it's really good, girls. You can also train your husbands, because I'm sure there's lots of husbands and partners out there that are also not doing it. And you can delegate to them. Yes, it is frustrating, especially with the men in our lives, more than maybe the children. But if you can just take a step back and get them to do more, then it gives you more time. You're going to feel happier, and everyone around you is going to feel happier. So, has
Yeah.
that answered your question?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has. I think we have to stop being super women or think
Totally.
that we have to be a superwoman,
Yes. Yeah.
and like you say, just look at everything and just think, where can I delegate and
Yeah.
eliminate and
Yeah.
everything else. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Really
I
good.
love the saying, do more of what you love, less than what you tolerate, and none of what you absolutely hate. And I think if you can, use that as a bit of your mantra and think, right, what am I doing that, actually it's not cost effective? If you absolutely hate gardening and, you're spending so
Yeah,
much time doing it, it's getting you frustrated, but actually you could earn some more money, or you could have quality time with your family, and you can afford to have someone come in a couple of hours in the summer, then do it, because life's too short, and the only thing we cannot buy in our lives is more time.
yeah. You're right. And also, I think because we're talking to an age group that's 40s plus,
Mhm.
personally, I think I've been brought up with the belief system through my
Yes,
parents that that you I feel like if I can do it, I will do it, and I
yes,
won't pay somebody else to do it.
yes,
Like I'm decorating a room at home at the moment. I could easily, well, not right now with COVID, but I could have got a painter and decorator in and said, please do
yes,
my room,
yes,
100 quid, whatever.
mm,
Whereas I'm literally painting it myself because I can. I mean,
yes,
I think that's all
yes.
just because I've
It
been
is.
grown up with that belief.
It is a massive mindset, and I'm exactly the same. And it's taken me maybe the last 5 years of really thinking about that I actually now say to
Yeah,
myself, do I need to do it?
yeah,
Is it giving me joy? If it is, then do it. But if it's not, then you know, there is no shame in getting someone else to do it for you, because, as I say,
Yeah.
that is the only thing you cannot buy more of.
Yeah. And like you say, you can invest that time in making money or being present with your children or whatever
Exactly.
instead.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, Ali. Very nicely
no
answered.
problem. So I've really enjoyed our questions and answers that we've done today, and I've learnt loads. I don't know about you, but I just found it really interesting to learn more about, you know, moisturizer and how we can actually make a difference to our lips, either just for a few hours or for a few months.
I agree. I've really enjoyed chatting today, and it's really good to get an insight into things that I don't know of interest to us as we're getting older.
Definitely,
You know,
definitely.
and different patterns that we're in, and my cheese habit and things like that. So
Yeah. And at the end of the day,
yeah, it's been really good.
beauty really is from the inside out. And,
Yeah,
you know, it's just the same that someone can feel really good about themselves on the inside and just not feel very confident about what they can do on the outside, and vice versa. Someone can look
totally.
absolutely amazing, but on the inside they absolutely hate themselves. And
Yep,
I think if we do this on a monthly basis and answer questions maybe that our followers have, if they could put the comments either below or you know, directly message us, we can answer
yep,
them. And I think going forward we can make a difference for, you know, women 40 plus from the inside and out. So thank you very much.
definitely. Thank you to you too.
Bye.
Bye for now.